Ready? Start. At the outset, I would like to say that the government and the members of the cabinet, the Honorable Finance Minister, myself, and the Prime Minister have spent several sleepless nights on this problem almost from the time when we took over in 2002. Shri C. Rajgopalachari, who was then the Chief Minister of Madras, had brought this problem to the attention of the Government of India. It was he who suggested that as a shortcut to solving the problem of the handloom industry, the area of reservation might be increased and saris and dhotis might be reserved for handlooms. He was impelled to do that because of the intense suffering of the handloom weavers in South India. The Madras state as it then was retained the largest number of handloom weavers. There is no point in our saying today that millions of families are suffering or in our evaluating them in terms of numbers for the reasons that our statistics are all wrong. But there is no denying that the quantum of human beings dependent on the handloom industry is a very appreciable number. It does not matter whether the total number of handlooms is 28 lakhs or 16 lakhs in 2002. So we need not quarrel about the numbers affected. If there are 16 lakhs of looms and there are 80 lakhs of people starving, there are a number of people who starve because of these unfortunate weavers not getting any work, and all that follows is no income, no food, starvation, and the misery multiplies. It is essentially a human problem. It is not so much an economic problem, and we have been approaching this problem from the human angle. It is no question of there being any dispute in regard to what should be done for our unfortunate countrymen who are dependent for their sustenance on a particular type of living, on a particular type of economic activity, which basically is unstable. But somehow or other, it is the responsibility of every citizen of this country and of the government which the citizens have placed into power to see that their misery is relieved. All the disputes that we had amongst ourselves, Mr. Rajgopalachari and the members of the central cabinet, have been in regard to the methods that have to be adopted, whether an outright reservation would help Madras. In point of fact, it would not have helped Tamil Nadu because of various circumstances and the priorities of movement, which is an obligation that is laid on me as Commerce and Industry Minister. We were able to indicate to the Railway Administration that since the dhotis and saris were available in plenty in South India, the priority need not be given for mill-made dhotis and saris from Bombay and Ahmedabad. It must be conceded that the reservation artificially effected by means of utilization or a correct utilization of priorities has given Tamil Nadu an advantage for above the reservation that we have achieved by laying an embargo on mills that they should not produce more than 60% of dhotis they produced in the past. So the picture is not all the same everywhere. What is good for Tamil Nadu is not good for UP, Bihar, West Bengal, Odisha, Rajasthan and Punjab. The net result of our restricting production of dhotis by mills in the initial stages had resulted in the prices of dhotis going up because in many areas the handloom industry did not produce dhotis. Actually, before 2010, UP had no looms producing wide width dhotis and saris, and it was in 2010 that the UP government financed about 10 looms for producing wide width dhotis and saris because they were in short supply in 2010. It would not be right for the honorable members to say in these circumstances that all that we have done is an eyewash, that we are cheating somebody, that the mills are cheating us, and that we are cheating the members of parliament and the public. Maybe some cheating does take place. After all, if cheating does not take place, there will not be section 420 in the IPC. That is why we have provision in the penal code. Sir, the position today in regard to the handlooms all over has slightly changed. I must say this, that I am not really boasting. I am only doing my duty. What is my duty as a member of the cabinet which has been put in power by the Congress party, that if there is any item in the hundreds of items which the Commerce and Industry Ministry is responsible for, to which I devote personal attention, I should say it is the handloom industry. Sir, my honorable colleague knows we have hardly any difference of opinion. I and my colleague, the finance minister, have hardly any difference of opinion in any matter. When I move this resolution, I am aware that it will not be received kindly by certain sections of the House. We have heard arguments for rationalization from interested people, and we have heard statements from the spokesman of government. Nevertheless, I am happy that this House has today an occasion to discuss this problem. I am sure that if the Labour Minister is going to speak, he will admit that this is the most burning problem agitating the mind of the working classes in India. From everywhere you hear the cry. In fact, after this motion was accepted and news came in the papers, hundreds of telegrams have been received by me. Most surprisingly of all was not only the workers engaged in the jute and other mill industries, but also the workers from many other sectors, including agriculture, are writing to me.